All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. So last week we went and we worked all the way up through Repulse Monkey. So right now we're going to practice from the beginning of the form all the way through those new movements. Remember, we're adding, so the form is getting longer. So you got to really be aware of your space. And eventually, what's up?
When you press, the little box didn't come up for us to say get it or got it.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're good.
Okay, good.
We're good. All right. So what I want you to know is that what's going to happen is we're going to switch it up. So right now we're practicing beginning all the way through Repulse Monkey. As it gets longer, we're actually going to start at cross hands. Okay. So the form we break into 3 sections, and we call that first section is from prepare up until cross hands. And then we're in now what we call section 2. All right. So let's practice everything that we've been working on. Remember, I'm going to turn the other way and let's get moving. All right. So take that moment when we get started here. Look at your feet, parallel, perfectly straight, shoulders width apart. Check in with your lower back so that it's slightly relaxed, soft knees, allowing the weight to center on the whole foot. That little piece of fruit under your arms and your head's lifting up while the shoulders pull down, creating space in your neck. All right, ready? Deep breath in. Release and relax the body on the exhale. And then let the arms float up, opening. Upper arms go down first, forearms, and then palms sit down in front of your hips. Ward off left, shift left, turn and open to the right. Reach out with the right arm, left arm underneath, step up and down with the arms, torso's vertical. Shift to the right, turn your whole body, leg, waist, arms. Rotate both arms, right arm bends underneath. Imagine up and down with the arms, ward off right. Rotate both arms like they're connected with a string to the corner direction. Roll back, shifting back, arms go to the left corner. Touch the whole left palm to the right forearm. Expand up and out for press. Both arms open up. Come back over a ball. Sit up the palms and then push. Single whip. Flatten both arms. Weight moves back. Show turning. Rotate on that right heel. Press down. Fingertips point together. Relax the left foot. Make a hook. Step wide enough. Show block and strike. Raise hands, shift back, turn on the left heel. Open up the hook, empty stance on the right heel. It's like a clap and miss as you turn the weight. Both arms go down, circle. Left arm comes on top as we step. Right arm on the outside, moving up for white crane, spreads its wings, empty stance on the ball of the left foot. Look at your right palm. Left arm goes up. Switching, right palm sitting up, step, bow stance, brush off that table, right hand to the shoulder and striking out, brush knee. Reach out and step closer in. Pull back, up and down with the arms, hamstrings the glute. Brush knee and twist step. Swing and step, brush knee, and strike. All right, other side, shift back, left arm comes up, turn the arm and leg. Swing that arm down, look away from the screen, step out, left hand to the shoulder, and then strike straight out. Right arm comes up, turn the arm and leg, swing that arm down, step out, brush knee, and strike. Hamstrings the glute, reach out and step in. Pull back, up and down with the arms, empty stance on the heel. Right arm swings down for our last brush knee and strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift back and turn just like brush knee, but both arms go down. Make a fist. Step. Carry out to the side as the weight moves forward. Left arm and leg together for a block. And then punch. Both palms open to the sky. Imagine breaking a grab over the forearm. Sit up both palms and push. Turn that right palm facing out, chop to the corner direction. Wild West arms as we shift back, cross at the bottom as you step in, center off, and cross hands. Shift right. Turn on that left heel as far as you can. Separate the arms. Swing the left arm down, press down with the right. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain, just like brush knee. Bicycle the arms, connect out with that right forearm, and turn for roll back. Press. Expanding out. And push. Fist under elbow. Just like single whip, shift back and flatten the arms. Show turning from the waist, whole body turns. This time, arms are gonna push out to the side direction, right palm sits up. Step, connecting out, rotate that left arm as you step on the plank. Left arm goes down, make a fist, lift, punch, and touch with the left heel. Repulse monkey. Right arm goes down, fist opens. Left palm opens to the sky. Stepping back, hand in front of the shoulder when you step. Push off your right heel, pulling your opponent into your strike. Left arm swings, rotates as we step back, pull in and strike. One more. Right arm rotates, left palm turns up, right hand to the shoulder. Left palm comes to the hip, right hand strikes. Repulse monkey. Okay. That is a big chunk of the form, right? Grab a drink of water if you want one, all right? We're getting into it now, right? We're feeling the energy flow. We can take that deep breath after our practice. We're warmed up, right? We are getting right into this practice. So, how are we feeling about repulse monkey? This is that first time that we see the backwards movement. It's similar to brush knee, but it feels totally different because we're moving backwards. Any questions? All right, so let's do repulse monkey again, and then we'll see if you have questions. If not, we're gonna move into a fun new movement. All right, so from fist under elbow, moving forward in your space. Remember, empty stance with the left heel. Remember, with our empty stances, we don't want to be in the middle, okay? We want to be hips over our heels, leaning into it. From our hips, you lean forward, okay? Left arms lifting, right hands punching, fist under elbow, but shoulders are in their sockets. All right, you're gonna shift your weight back, open up your fist, left palm turns up. We're gonna step back and we're gonna check. So here, left foot is to the corner direction, left palm faces up, right hand's in front of the shoulder. From here, push off your right heel, pull your left hand back to your hip and right palm strikes. Torso's open to the corner. Very nice. All right, from here, rotate that left arm. Right palm faces up. When we're touching, that hand's in front of the shoulder. Perfect. Same thing, we're imagining we've grabbed. We're gonna pull to our hip and strike with our left palm. Beautiful. Last one. Rotate right arm, left palm faces up, and we step. Now here, the torso should be straight. It's square to 9 o'clock. Then we turn to the corner direction. Nice. Oh, it looks good. Does it feel as good as it looks? No, you'll get there. You'll get there. Remember, we're challenging our bodies, right? We're challenging ourselves. And this backwards movement doesn't happen too often within the form. This is one of the specific times we do it. There is another movement, and we do repeat Repulse Monkey at a different time in the form, okay? So remember, we're talking about the traditional form versus the short form. The traditional form, we have repeats. So we get that practice in, right? So then eventually we don't have to follow. But remember, okay, if you were in a class situation in person, everyone who is brand new doing Tai Chi would be in the center. And then you would have people on all four corners and potentially all the way around you that already knew the form. So then you would have that ability to look each direction, right? So it's a different aspect when we're learning over the camera. So give yourself grace, understand how difficult this is, okay? Especially when we get into this next movement, because it is a challenging angle, okay? It's gonna be a challenge as to where we are in three-dimensional space. So let's do it again. We're gonna burn it in. All right, remembering practice is key. So 5 minutes a day, right? So maybe every week you change what that 5 minutes is, because it's gonna be on what we're working on. Hey, Tai Chi benefits are all like, this is it, right? You're feeling the energy flow, okay? So this time we did our checkpoints. Let's flow. Let's relax into it. Fist under elbow, okay? Left foot, remember, empty stance, not 50-50, 70-30. Punching and lifting. Okay, open up that fist. Right hand in front of the shoulder. When you step, shoulders are square, and then immediately turn as we pull into our strike. Swing the left arm back. Right palm faces up, hand in front of the shoulder when we step, and then we pull in. Last one, swing and step and pull in to that strike. Now check, shoulders to the corner, leaning into it to get that 30%. We're not 50-50. Hips over heels, leaning, palm strike. And remember, elbow open to the corner. Why? If we're here, energy stuck in the chest. Sink down. Are you feeling the legs burn? Good. All right. So remember, Tai Chi builds strength through our legs. That's how we get so many benefits for our balance. All right. Are you ready to learn a new movement? All right. I'm going to show you from two directions. Please just watch for a moment, because this one is very challenging with the direction of where we go. I'm going to go off direction first so you can see what the arms are doing, and then to show you last how we're actually going to do it, okay, within the sequence, okay? So we're in Repulse Monkey. It's called diagonal flying. We're going to use that circling of the arms that we know so well. We're going to step to a new corner direction, and then we're going to turn and open to the side, okay? So the hips, the direction that we're going is where this gets difficult, okay? So Repulse Monkey, this is our normal direction, right? So we're here. We circle, we touch with the heel, we open up, and then we immediately turn to the new corner direction. Okay, palms facing up, left hands by the hip, just chilling on that table, and it's a bow stance to the corner direction. Okay, I know you're all looking at me like I'm crazy. Am I going to be able to do this? There are modifications, okay? Do not be worried about the footwork. Yes, the flow. This is the beautiful aspect, right? Okay, so we know our arm circles, right? We know this closing, right? We do this a lot in our other classes, okay? This is all we're doing, okay? So for a moment, I just want you to feel the arms, okay? We're just gonna Okay, we're here. Now turn. Okay, we're gonna close. Now what we're gonna imagine is we're using the forearm. We've got someone we're grabbing, and we're going to keep that palm facing up, and we're gonna turn. Yes. See, you got it already. So we close, we turn. So we're striking. I love seeing the body turn, and I didn't even say it yet. That means Tai Chi seeping into your everyday life. It's a turn. That's it. That's all it is, okay? It's just turning. So we're imagining forearm center, grabbing, and we can pull in and strike, or the other meaning. So things we don't always talk about are hidden meanings within the form, where the main thing we're seeing, I'm going to do it the normal direction, the normal way I was mirroring you, okay, is we're turning into it, and we can imagine using the forearm, right? Forearm. We can also use shoulder, and we can use shoulder, okay? So it's the torso turning that gives us that momentum, okay? So these are kind of in there, but we want that beautiful big movement, right? So the arms you just did, right? The arms are not bad. What happens is combining the footwork, okay? So let's just talk about the direction of the footwork. Watch for one moment just to give yourself an idea. Remember, we're starting to 9 o'clock, okay? We're going to stay about 2-ish, okay? So we're going to that back corner direction. The first thing we have to do is move our weight back, and we're gonna touch. So you don't have to reach very far, okay? I'm gonna do a smaller version because I want you to copy me right now. I want you to take it easy. We're gonna touch with our heel. We're gonna turn that foot open. This is where it gets difficult, okay? And then we turn on our left heel. It doesn't have to be a big movement, okay? When I practice it normally, it feels like repulse monkey, okay? That's stepping back. But what happens is we need the hip flexibility to open up, so then we can rotate on our left heel, okay? There's a couple of options in terms of modifications, all right? Remember that we want to be safe in our practice, that we want to have balance and stability over trying to force ourselves into a position that is not comfortable nor safe, okay? So maybe you just touch a little bit, then you're gonna turn on your left heel, and then you're gonna step out to the corner, okay? So we can add an extra step. Perfectly acceptable, okay? The main thing is being safe, so we can shift back and we can touch. We'll turn on our left heel or pick up and step. Then we're gonna step out to that corner direction. That way we have a really, really, really nice bow stance, okay? That way we don't feel like unsteady, all right? If we're trying to do the whole movement, I want you to see something, okay? I'm going to start at the camera, okay? So fist under elbow, or sorry, repulse monkey. They're all in empty stance. Okay, we shift back. I want you to look at the direction of my feet. One line, same thing. And then we turn and open. This is where it gets hairy. This is where our balance is really gonna be challenged. We have to make sure our weight is staying in this left leg before we turn and open, or close, I should say. We close the foot, we turn, open the arms and close the foot, okay? It's similar in the movement of moving back, but it's that hip opening that is a challenge, okay? If you have a small stool or chair or anything that's a little bit lower, even a regular chair, if you can sit on that chair with your feet out to the corner direction and eventually make that lower and lower, okay? Working on opening up what we call the quad, that is going to help in this situation, okay? That is the hardest aspect of this movement, all right? Let's try it, okay? We're gonna do it all kinds of ways. So starting from what would be repulse monkey, right leg is forward. Remember, keep the weight in your left leg. So shift back, pick up, and touch. Turning open if you can, and then rotating on that heel. Now, turn your left foot to meet the right. Is it 2 lines? Right, there's space between our feet. Okay, that's the traditional method. Keep doing it if you want. Otherwise, join me in doing a modification. So, right leg forward, weights in the left. Pick up, step, shift to your right, step to 12 o'clock. Shift left and step to the corner, bow stance. That one's easy, right? You got that, okay? That is a great modification, all right? So doing the traditional method or the modification, repulse monkey, step back, traditional method, open and close, step to 12 o'clock for modification, step to the corner, bow stance. Not too hard, right? Okay. Remember, practice, 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 okay? We can spend next week on this too. All right. Remember, these classes are built around you and how you're feeling. Okay. So the arms. We're starting in repulse monkey. We're just going to start this direction. We're going to stay this direction for a moment. Okay. So right palm striking, left hand to the hip. Okay. Both arms are going to open. So how do they open? They go out to the side. Then that right arm's going to come underneath and we're going to close. Nice. Okay. Now from here, we're imagining pulling down with our left hand, striking with the right. So we're going to open. Now, final position, left hand should feel like white crane. Same thing. It's chilling on that table. Okay. Right arm, we want to make sure that we're extended out. So almost straight, not locked out, but extended. So a slight upward of the arm here. We want the wrist in line. Okay. So we want to always avoid this, fingers, everything in line, and don't cross your eyesight. So not too high, still relaxing that shoulder down. Okay. Very nice. You got it. Right palm striking, left palm up by the hip, repulse monkey. We're going to open up those arms, both palms face down for a moment. Okay, 1 second. I'll show you. Close and then open. All right. I'm going to mirror you. Face your cameras for a moment, okay? That was the normal way we would do things, okay? So face your screens for a second. Bear with my kind of jerky movements. This is not something I've ever done, okay? So come look at your screen. I'm going to mirror you. So right palm striking, okay? Left hand's by the hip. Open up both arms. Right arm comes underneath and we close. And then open. Yes. So remember, this hand's going to sit on that table. Okay, left hand sitting on a table by your hip. It's just chilling. And then this palm's facing up towards the sky. All right, nice. Okay, here. All right. So nice striking palm. Remember, sit up that palm. Give me a really good striking position. Stretch out those tendons. All right. Open up both arms. Right arm comes underneath and we close. So we're imagining grabbing. Okay. This is our grab. We don't close our palm ever, but this is our grab. Now, turning and striking. That was awesome. Do you know how many of you just naturally looked where the energy was going? I didn't even have to tell you that the gaze follows the right arm, that striking arm, because you naturally just did it. This is huge, okay? This is how hearing me say these Tai Chi principles again and again, it just like seeps into your body and you just start doing it. Okay. This is why I give you so much information. Sometimes I know it feels like information overload, but it's seeping in. Okay. This is how it works. And the more you hear it, then it takes it to the next level. I know that Master Yang Jun has said things before that I've heard, and then he says it in the same way, like months or years later, depending on how long it's been since I've seen him. And I have these aha moments of like, how didn't I hear that before? Well, I heard it, I just didn't actually hear it. Okay, so this is exciting. All right, we have the arms, right? Maybe. Okay. We're not sure. Okay, let's do it a couple more times. All right. I'm going to mirror you. I'm going to stay facing this direction. Okay. So remember, this is a mirror. Okay. Right palm striking, left hand's by that hip. Check. Chest sinking in, back rounded enough, right? Okay. Open both arms so they face down. Right arm comes underneath. So we're using that circle technique. Then we're imagining we're turning and pulling our opponent in. That was nice. All right, let's do it again. Striking, hand to the hip. Open, close, and strike. You can't tell me you don't have the arms. It looks beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn the normal direction. Okay. So remember that this is not mirroring you. We're all going to start facing 9 o'clock. We're just going to turn our torso. We're not going to do the legs yet. I just want you to understand where we're going to. Okay. So maybe you shimmy your feet a little so that we end up that way. Okay. We're starting at 9. Our arms end up, that right arm ends up to 2 o'clock-ish, corner direction. Okay. So right palm is striking. Left hand is by your hip. Okay. What's going to happen? You're going to start turning from your waist and open up the arms. The arms are going to be closed and your two stay almost 12 o'clock. Okay. We got our closed arms. Now from here, maybe you got to turn your feet a little. You're going to turn and open. So the torso is going to end up to 12 o'clock. The right palm is facing up to the corner direction, and that left hand is chilling on the table by your hip. Okay, let's do it again. Just the arms with that torso turning before we try to connect it all, because this is a big movement, okay? So right palm striking, left hand by the hip. Remember, waist turning, right? Starts in the legs, controlled by the waist, expressed in the hands and fingers. Turn from the waist, arms open. Waist is still turning, arms are closing. Might have to move your feet a little bit. Then turn from the waist to power that strike as you open. How do we do? All right, let's do it again. Just that torso turning. Remember, when your balance is really affected, a couple of things can be happening, right? Our head's not in the game, first and foremost, right? We're off somewhere else, okay? Our torso is not turning, right? So it's really hard to balance if our torso is in a weird position, or we're not breathing, okay? So remember that that's why we're training all of these things. So take a deep breath, relax into it. Your head's in the game and you're turning your torso. So repulse monkey, right palm striking, left hand by the hip. Deep breaths. Open those arms, start turning the waist. Close the arms. We're still turning. Okay. Now turn, deep breath, and open and strike. So remember, corner, front of the hip, torso is pretty much to 12 o'clock. There we go. So even though this is a big kind of crazy movement, you get to see the whole time, right? You get to turn and look at your camera. So isn't that like a bonus in a little way? Look at the positive things. Okay. So if you're going to do the modified footwork, I want you to skip the footwork for this round, okay? And just do the arms. I'm going to show the traditional method first, and then show the modification, okay? So from Repulse Monkey, right foot forward, right palm striking. Remember, heel over hip, lean. 70% of the weight, very, very important here, okay? Because of what's going to happen next. So Repulse Monkey, we're going to open up the arms. We start picking up our right foot. We're going to close the arms and touch with the right heel. Finish closing the arms and we open the torso or open the foot. Then from here, push off the left heel, turn from the waist and open the arms and get everything to arrive together. When we arrive together, the arm and leg are in the same direction. Remember, hand by the hip, left foot to 12 o'clock. We're actually with the torso to 1, okay? It's a little past 12, all right, when we do the full movement, all right? One more time with the traditional method, then we're gonna do the modifications or continue with the traditional method, okay? Whatever is most comfortable for your body. Repulse Monkey, right arm and leg out in front, left hand to the hip. Open the arms, start picking up that right foot. Closing the arms as we step back and touch with the heel. Open up, turning our torso. Now turn the torso all the way as we open the arms to strike. Okay, arm and leg in line, torsos open, not straight to 12 or a little bit left or more, say 1 o'clock and then 2 o'clock with the arms. Nice, remember left hand by the hip, chilling on that table, okay? We wanna imagine pulling down, okay? So we're pulling down. All right, continue with the traditional method if you would like, or join me in the modification. Remember with the modification, it takes just like a smidge longer to get into the final posture because we're adding that extra step, but we just want to take a moment. So Repulse Monkey. All right, modified or traditional, your choice. Open the arms. We're just gonna step back as we close. We're gonna turn and shift and step with that left foot. We're gonna shift and step out, and then we're gonna turn and strike bow stance. Okay, let's do the modified again, or traditional if you feel like you got this whole thing, all right? So, Repulse Monkey. Open up, step back. Closing the arms, we're gonna step to 12 o'clock. We're gonna shift and turn and step, and then whole body into that strike. Check. Arm and leg, corner direction. Nice extension through the arm. Little bit of upward. Left hand by the hip. Should just feel like white crane. It's just chilling on the table. Or brush knee, same kind of feeling. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Remember that a lot of these movements, like the transitions are what's new, but a lot of the final postures have elements that are the same, right? So that corner bow stance, that's a normal bow stance. That hand should just feel like that normal hand, like when we have like water's wave or opening or brush knee or white crane. It's all that same left hand. The final posture should feel exactly the same. The new element is this, that upward angle of the arm, okay? This is where I want you to pay attention and be careful that we don't have a lot of bend. We don't have a wrist that's like kind of flopping in the wind, that we have that extension all the way through the fingers, giving us the meaning of striking with the side of the arm here. Or again, we could use that shoulder strike, but we don't necessarily show that in the form. We want that big open movement, all right? Where are the questions? How are we feeling about this giant turn? We're not sure. We're kind of like, meh. Oh, I got it feels good. Nice. All right. I want you to remember that this movement in particular is one of the hardest movements in this form. Yes, the flow of this movement is, remember what wave hands, we've been doing wave hands in the beginners class, okay? This is that similar, that circular feeling, that circular kind of flow and movement, all right? I want you to give yourself grace through this movement. I want you to know that every single person who has learned this movement is challenged by it, myself included at the age of 20, okay? Yeah, the strength in our legs. I want you to know that. I want you to hear that, okay? That someone who was very, very young when they started was so challenged and found this movement so difficult for balance, for strength, okay? This is a lot. So I want you to remember that as we practice, okay? Let's do it again. Then I'm going to challenge you by adding all the repulse monkeys together, okay? So just starting at repulse monkey. Okay, right palm striking. Oh, yes. First class, a lot of practice. You got this, though. Just do your best. Just follow along, okay? You can always drop the arms and do the legs or vice versa, okay? Right palm striking, left hand by the hip. Beautiful. Remember, sit up that right palm. Martial arts. Nice striking palm. Beautiful. Open up both arms. I'm going to do the modified. We're closing the arms and we step back. We keep closing as we shift so we can step to 12. We shift to our left leg so we can step to a bow stance. And then we turn in and we strike. Remember, arm and leg same direction. Left hand chilling by the hip. We're leaning. Are you leaning so you have one line from your foot through the crown of your head? Not here. Here. Check in with the hips. Are they level? So that the weight's even on both feet. That's a big thing too. Yeah. All right. Ready to do it all? We're going to start at the second repulse monkey for space purposes, just so that we can flow. Okay. So left leg forward. All right. We're starting on the other side. Left palm striking. Repulse monkey. Swing that right arm back. Hand in front of the shoulder as you step back. Pull your opponent into the strike. Diagonal flying. Open up both arms. I'm going with the traditional method. Remember, we touch with the heel. We open up the foot. We turn on that left heel. We're looking to our corner direction. How did we do? Ooh, end postures look good. Let's do it again. I'm going to do it with the modification. Left leg forward. Left palm striking. Repulse monkey. Swing the right arm back. Left palm turns up. Right hand to the shoulder as you step back. Push off that front heel, weight shifting back. Open up the arms. Pick up that right foot. Step. Shift your weight so you can step to 12 o'clock as you close the arms. Step for a bow stance to the corner and turn into that strike as you pour that weight into the front leg. How are we doing? It's looking good. It's looking really good. Okay. Want to practice that 2 more times, or shall we start at section 2, which is cross hands? From cross hands with the right hand, diagonal flying is with this one, left hand. Oh, we got a whole, I'm sorry, we're outnumbered. We're going to do the whole thing. All right, so from cross hands. I like that you guys like to combine it together. I love the practice aspect too, but our brain gets a little bit more of a challenge when we add more movements because it's like we already know and then we're like, whoops. All right, let's do a little bit of both. So let's start at our repulse monkey first and just do diagonal flying and then combine it together. So right palm striking, right leg out in front. Repulse monkey to diagonal flying. Open up the arms. I'm going to do the modification. So we step back, we shift, and we step to 12 o'clock with that left foot. Bow stance to the corner, turn into that strike. All right. You ready? starting at section 2. All right, this is what we call the beginning of section 2, cross hands. All right, so sinking in parallel stance, right arm on the outside, cross hands. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain, shift right, turn on that left foot. Separate the arms, right arm goes up, left arm down, then they switch. Step less than corner, open up, embrace, and strike with the left palm. Bicycle the arm, so right arm connects out, and we turn. Touch with the left palm for press. Open up both arms, come back over a ball, sit them up, so then we can push. Flatten the arms, just like single whip. Turn from your waist, whole body follows. Press down, this time push out to the side direction. Transition step, we imagine connect to our opponent. Rotate to grab as we re-step. Pull down, make a fist, lift, punch, and touch with the left heel. Right arm swings down. Hand in front of the shoulder as we step back. Left palm to the hip, right hand striking. Swing that left arm back, repulse monkey. Pull your opponent in. All right, one more. Swing that right arm back, hand in front of the shoulder as you step. Pull into the strike, right foot is straight to 9 o'clock. Both arms open up. You're gonna do the traditional method. We close the arm, touch with the heel, open the foot, rotate on that left heel, turning into that strike, diagonal flying. All right, you did it. You made it through one of the hardest movements in the whole form. All right, there's one that I would say is harder, and it's at the very, very, very end of the form. So you don't have to worry about it for a really long time. That's my point. All right, so you know your mission is 5 minutes a day. All right, maybe that 5 minutes a day this week includes sitting on a chair or stool and having your knees open to the corner directions, okay, to help open your hips, okay? Maybe that's part of your practice. Remember, if you're doing that, to sit up nice and tall, okay? Because if you're slouched while you're doing that, your hips are not going to open as much as if you're lifted, okay? So focus on that aspect of it, all right? Does anyone have any other questions before we close class? All right. Enjoy the rest of your week or weekend, and I'll see you again soon.
I'll be gone next week.
Oh, you have recording then to watch.